Hello and welcome to another Friday Night Comics. Sorry about the delay. I may have fallen asleep and cut it a little too close for comfort, and there might be a very angry cat staring at me that wants to go outside but can't now because we're live. So how's everybody doing? Good morning. Hey, Ham and Beans, Viking, Dark Resurrect, Nobody Not Me, Okie, Floofington, Check Your Logic, Buster's Outlaws, Evolved Potato, St. Fugi. St. Fugi was first, it looks like. Thanks, St. Fugi, if you catch the replay. It's nice for you to drop by. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? It's good to see everybody out on this lovely evening. I was having a great nap. I was dreaming about streaming, and then I woke up and realized I was running late. It was one of those old man naps, too. So I thought we'd start, as usual, with the new release books, and then we'll get into some pretty crazy news that's going around. I haven't read all the articles, so it's going to be new to me, too. Oh, allergies. Yeah, man. It's that time of year. Hey, Hurst, how you doing, man? Hey, Shady. Long time no see, man. Yeah, Floofington wishes all of you would give him your treats because he's just glaring at me. Oh, damn, Kyle. Ow, fucker. Yeah, so I'm starting out swearing already because the cat's attacking me. All right, let's see if I can bribe him with some treats so he'll stop doing that. We don't have to pause the show any more than necessary. Good thing I left those on the table. All right, let's start off with the upcoming comics and get that out of the way. Now, last week was a really light week, so I was hoping there'd be some really good stuff this week. But you know how that goes. Are we starting the stream? Yes, we are, Hazmat. Welcome aboard. Buster, I'm afraid that's not breaking news. That's just sort of news. So we'll start with Image Comics, of course, because it's at the top of the list. Birthright, don't care. Department of Truth, 5th printing. This book isn't that good. Geiger, I'm probably going to check that out. Give this a few more issues. I did a review for this for the patrons, so I'll probably check that one out. Ice Cream Man, I don't care. I'm not really into horror comics. Some of these Geiger covers are pretty cool. It'd be nice if they were all glow in the dark, though. Hint. Image, glow in the dark. Gimmicks work. As much as I hate to admit it, gimmicks do work. Carmen, no. Silver Coin, don't care. That cover's trash. That looks like an old black and white TV still. Time Before Time. This is the plot from Looper. I'm 90% sure this is the plot from Looper, where people are selling illegal access to time travel. Why are all these things based off of, like, mediocre movies from 10 years ago? You know we've seen those, right? So Geiger's the only thing from Image coming out that I have any interest in. It's the only remotely original thing that even kind of sparked any interest whatsoever. Hey, Monkey. Then we're on to Dark Horse. Black Hammer, I don't care. Barbalian, it looks like Yoga Pants Hellboy. Bandette, no. Breath of Bones, A Tale of Gollum. Okay, it's got potential, but the art didn't look very good. It's got kind of that lazy, everybody looks like they have a big head and tiny bodies kind of thing. Empowered. That was supposed to be pretty good. I don't know. I never got around to it. The 2099 stuff seemed okay. I've got one random issue that I picked up out of a 50-cent box sitting around for Trauma Team. Eventually I'll pick up the others and maybe review it, but kind of hard to get motivated when the paper quality wasn't that great. Dark Horse has really fallen down the quality train. Grendel, Devil's Odyssey. I'm not going to check it out. It's too far into the series, but maybe eventually I'll get the trade. House of Lost Horizons. That sounds like an artsy title, and the art looks kind of goofy. Another Resident Alien book. Don't care. Static. Not the interesting Static from the 90s. Stop scratching me, cat. But this kind of crappy pseudo-horror thing. So nothing from Dark Horse for me. Everything just kind of made me angry. Yeah, new art. That's the way of staying low-grade art. Next, we're on to IDW, Kanto and City of Giants. That storyline is just taking too long to get anywhere, so I didn't even bother with this miniseries. If you have kids, though, Kanto seems like it's pretty good. It is a little progressive leaning at times, lesbian elves, that sort of thing. Otherwise, the fantasy elements are pretty fun. Comic book history of animation. I have zero interest in that title. G.I. Joe, I am going to pick that up because I like G.I. Joe. They've been doing Untold Tales for a while now. It looks like they're catching back up because here's Girl Snake Eyes. And Larry Hama's a good writer, so I'm going to check that one out. Marvel Action Spider-Man. These are really hit and miss. They're good for younger readers, but I really kind of lost interest in them. I have a couple issues I haven't reviewed yet. They're just laying around somewhere. Lesbian Elves sounds better on paper than it does in progressive execution. Just remember that, Dark Resurrect, because, yeah, it sounds great, but they don't do any scissoring, and they mostly just complain a lot. Yeah, My Little Pony, this is one of their best sellers, believe it or not, is My Little Pony. And they're still doing that crossover with Transformers, the second one. It just started, I think, a week ago. So, yeah, My Little Pony is always popular. And I've seen boys pick it up as well as girls. So it's pretty popular for some reason. I don't get the pony thing, but I say go for it. Yeah, Oki, they tried to do this thing where real world time moved along with the Joes. So a lot of the original cast is dead. They killed off Snake Eyes about 10 years ago. And they've killed off some of the others too. And they're all in their like 50s and 60s. So they got younger people in to take up mantles. Sadly, My Little Pony is a good source of revenue for comics. It's actually bringing people in. And I'm horrified to say that. And even Floofington's upset, as you can hear, who thinks I'm just talking to a magic box with moving images that he can't attack. Isn't that right, Kat? Hey, Johnny, how you doing, man? So, yeah, between toy tie-ins and Funko Pops, which are largely pop culture tie-ins, that's what a lot of shops are really using to survive on. Thankfully, most of my shops are actually selling comics, but I've seen several stores that their main revenue doesn't come from the comics. It's really, really depressing. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is, Monkey. My Little Pony art, they all look like cartoon shows. So, Indian Captain America, we'll get to that. Yeah. Sea of Sorrows, I haven't been reading, but I've heard it might be good. Sleeping Beauties, the premise was really interesting on that. It got a little too artsy for me. So the only thing I'm getting from IDW is G.I. Joe, which is really a shame because I like IDW overall. They tend to do some good stuff. Their Sonic book's been pretty popular too. I think there's 5 or 6 guys buying it at the one store I go to, which is pretty high for an indie book. I got a couple of those guys turned on to Zorro books too, which was fun. Yeah. Oh, you like Zorro? Yeah. You smell like cat food. Did you fart? I bet you farted. So Marvel Comics. They're reprinting Annihilation stuff. So Annihilation Conquest Omnibus, $125. For some reason, these issues were really expensive. Not when they first came out. They've just been valuable. One issue did feature Cosmic Ghost Rider, so that's part of it. But they also did some Darkhawk stuff. The collectors really liked that one for some reason. Yeah, Fluvington's mad because I'm not letting him outside right now. The Steve Irwin one. Why does it come with a Stingray adaptation? Oh, I forgot he's a national treasure down there. Sorry. Fluvington's a good boy. Yeah, Dark Razor X had to pat you on the head. Yeah, did it as patronizing as possible, too. These Epic collections are a great way to get a whole bunch of issues at one time. And I really like these. They are kind of the mid-road between these fancy $100 omnibuses or the $75 Marvel Masterworks and the really cheap Essentials. They're $40, but you get several issues in it. Like this one's got Avengers 150 through 66, Annuals 6 and 7, Supervillain Team Up 9, and Marvel 2 and 1 2. Those issues individually would easily cost you more than $40. So these are absolutely worth it, and that's a great era. You're welcome, Dark. Black Cat, not interested. Lazy Catwoman is what that is. Children of the Atom made it to issue 3, and we're going to learn the stunning origin of people that nobody cares about. So I'm not getting that. Conan's supposed to be pretty good, but it's just boring to me. That's why I like the Ablaze ones. This is just boring stuff. Fantastic Four, boring. I accidentally bought an issue of Fantastic Four the other day, and wow, do I regret that. Amazing Spider-Man, still boring. And they actually use this giant size issue to complete a storyline. And that's insulting. Like, oh yeah, you've been reading this loyally for the past 6 months? Well, guess what? You're going to spend a couple extra bucks to find out what happened. Heroes Reborn issue 2. This is apparently going to be a weekly series. I picked up issue 1. Haven't read it yet. The art looked okay. But it's basically the Avengers never formed. And Captain America's still frozen in ice. All that sort of thing. Hey, Pete. How you doing? Hey, WR. Cat's evil. Not if you ask them. Their propaganda department says no. And the Heroes Reborn is basically the Squadron Supreme stepped up and filled in that void. So you've got like Hyperion and Nighthawk and some of the others, Dr. Spectre, and they influenced all the superheroes. The issue 1 looked like it might actually be better than it sounds. I don't think they should have gone with Heroes Reborn, because that's lazy pandering in an attempt to cash grab based off of an old storyline that was a terrible idea at the time, in my opinion. But did result in a resurgence for Marvel and some of the classic heroes. We got some great work after Heroes Reborn. So I think they're kind of going for that vibe again and playing off those loves and fears. And they're doing it with lots of tie-ins, like Heroes Reborn, Hyperion and the Imperial Guard. Heroes Reborn, Peter Parker. Stuff like that. So all these peripheral miniseries that are $5 a piece, I'm not buying any of that crap. If they can't sell me on the first issue of their main $5 miniseries book, too bad. I won't read that anymore or any of your stupid peripherals. So I'm going to give issue 1 a chance, but issue 2, I don't know about. Oh, thanks, Pete. I'm alive. Yeah, unfortunately, it does seem woke by today's standards, Viking, but they're just playing off an old series, and it's just lazy. No, you can't go outside right now. The Morbius Epic Collection, that's another good one. Again, $40. You can find it cheaper online. And I think this is just a new printing. But it collects a lot of rare appearances of Morbius. Very 70s oriented and early 80s. And $40 is steep, but get off in-stock trade or half-price trades or Amazon, and you'll get it a lot cheaper. Even like as much as $10-15 cheaper. And you'll really get your value for the dollar. Yeah, what they're doing is a lot of the younger people, like that were... you're not wrong, Kyle. That's the thing, is... Iron Man couldn't inspire Riri Williams, so somebody else had to. They did that with some of the other heroes as well. So you're going to see like these mashups. In principle, the idea is interesting. Yeah, the Morbius collection is pretty sweet, Viking. Check out some of these issues. This would cost you a fortune to get these. Fear 27 through 31, Marvel Premiere 28, Marvel 2 and 1 15, Spectacular Spider-Man 6 through 8 and 38, Savage She-Hulk 9 through 12, and Vampire Tales 9 through 11 in Annual 1, and Marvel Preview number 8. Vampire Tales, I believe, is one of the magazine-sized ones. But, yeah, there's some great stuff here. These are some great storylines. It'd cost you way more than $40 to get that. So, Heroes Repurposed. Yeah, Shameless Cash Grab Reborn. Spider-Woman crap. Spider-Man Spider Shadow. The first issue was shockingly impressive, actually. I had a lot of fun reading it, so I'm going to get issue 2. Star Wars, no. Giving up on that one. I'm too far behind at this point. I'm way behind, and it's taking too long to get anywhere. They are redoing like the variant covers for that, so there's going to be a bunch of variants. High Republic is still going for some reason. That book was, wow, that was so bad. X-Core, Krakoa is now selling themselves, drug dealing and whatnot. I think that's their drug dealing wing. X Factor, another garbage X book. So for Marvel, I'm just getting that Spider-Man book. That's the only one that's even reasonably priced that I can afford. And it's the only one that actually looked any good. I don't know if you can hear the cat purring, but he's being demanding. Dynamite, reprinting all the boys' books as usual, just to remind you that they're all still out there. Art of John Cassidy, he does pretty interesting art, and he's done a lot of work for Dynamite over the years. But $40 for an art book's a bit out of my wheelhouse. I'm sure it's worth it if you're really into his art style. Red Sonja and the Superpowers number 5. I've been liking this series, actually, which really surprised me. I didn't think it'd be good, especially because Vampirella was garbage. But this one was worth checking out. So I'm going to get the 5th issue. I think that's the last issue. Yeah, final issue. So that'll round out that mini-series. Again, all these are variant covers for that. It's a little bit much. You have like 8 variant covers for one issue. Yeah. And the premium one. Oh, black and white. You better get there because the store might only want $20 for that. Vampirella versus Purgatory. I'm not reading it. Sure, it's fine, but not that interested. I wasn't a huge Chaos Comics fan. So really, the only issue Dynamite's got coming out is Red Sonja. So it's the only one I'm getting. Then we're on to Boom. Buffy and Firefly. They were fine when I was reading them. I'm not that into it. Magic the Gathering. Oh my. Yeah, not for me. That book was so boring and lazy. They didn't introduce any of the characters. I had it was supposed to be this big thing that this guy Jace came out. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I haven't played Magic since they introduced these guys. I had never seen Planeswalkers when I played Magic the Gathering. So I didn't know that. I know there are characters in the books and whatnot, but they didn't introduce them at all. So if you don't know who they are, then this book is going to make no sense to you. Mighty Morphin, I will pick this up. I'm almost caught up on having all the issues I'm missing. Now I got to read them all. But this has been getting amazing sales at 2 of the 3 comic shops I go to. Like the one guy's ordering this more than he's ordering X-Men. So that's been selling pretty well. Princess Who Saved Herself. Oh, that's not woke. Proctor Valley Road. Don't care. 7 Secrets. Don't care. So only Mighty Morphin from Boom. Before we get into these, let's check over at DC. Look at that garbage art. And next week, we have Vampire 1976. Don't care. Batman the Detective. Although that's a really cool cover. Tom Taylor's writing this, and I have no interest in him having any of my money. Batman Urban Legends was kind of boring. Festival of Heroes, the Asian superhero celebration. Yeah, that's not going to be at all pandering. Yeah, Viking, if you're looking for the Power Rangers books, I would recommend getting them in trade paperback. It'll save you a ton of time. Yeah, adulthood has a way of crippling your fun hobbies. Future State Gotham, I don't care. Justice League The Last Ride. Why does Superman have a neck that thick? That's as thick as the top of his head. That's weird. It doesn't look interesting. Rorschach is garbage. Superman, written by Bendis. They're working on replacing Clark Kent with this kid. Apparently, they're going to suspend this title and give him his own title, and this will just be done. It'll be Action Comics with Kal-El, and Superman, son of Kal-El, will be Jonathan Kent. So the regular Superman title is going to go away, which is financial suicide. I think they're really screwing up Superman as usual. So Bendis is still in Action Comics for now. Yeah, so I'm not going to buy it. And he's doing Justice League as well, so that's been boring. The Dreaming, I don't care. This is a trade paperback, so I'm probably not going to read it. The Joker, I am picking this one up, even though when I get around to finishing the video, I'm very unhappy about the price point. Because these are $5. When you look at it on here, it says $5. It's actually $6. This says $4.99, but it's actually $5.99. The book has been good, and I'm enjoying it, but it's not that good. Wonder Woman, no. I'm not spending another $6, $5 on a book that I might enjoy for 10 minutes. So the only thing I'm getting from DC is the Joker. And also what you don't see on here, what they didn't advertise, is the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries is supposed to come out this week too. And it's issue 2. The first issue was actually really impressive. So that's all I'm getting from DC is 2 books. And so far, that's the most from any publisher I've picked up. Yeah, they ruined Superman pretty well lately. Bendis has been writing him into the ground. It's been really, really pathetic. So now we're into the smaller publishers. Oops. Across the Tracks. That's about, I think, people fleeing to America. Black Wall Street. Yeah, I knew it was something I didn't really give a crap about. I don't like the art on this one. It looks weird. It's that weird chibi, whatever, Steven Universe kind of art. Baloney and Friends, don't care. Black Cotton. That sounds like a really bad blaxploitation movie. Right? Pete, you're exactly right. But the first issue was actually pretty fun. A great kids book. It was very much like a Scooby-Doo cartoon. And you just kind of go with the storyline. Doesn't have to make a lot of sense. But it's definitely aimed at like 10 to 12-year-olds. And it was only $3. We'll get to that, Dark. We'll get to that. Did you change your account? Fix that. It was bothering me. Chasing the Dragon. That's about people that make drugs out of dragons' blood. Like literally drug addicts. So that's a thing that happens. The art was really good in that, but the story was... Then we're into some Dynamic Forces garbage. Dick Fight Island. The title is pretty fun, but I'm not interested in anything labeled Dick Fight Island. There's some anime stuff here that I don't understand. Doctor Who, Missy, that's the master. This cutesy shit is really annoying with Doctor Who. We'll get to another Doctor Who piece coming up. Don't Be Cruel. That's some weird kind of gay romance, I think. Dungeon Toilet. That's actually a pretty catchy title. Femforce. I'm going to pick an issue of this up. I haven't read Femforce in ages. It used to be kind of a mainstay of the underground scene, and it's been sporadic ever since. But it's old school action with some public domain characters. It's $6, but it's generally an oversized issue. And I thought, well, I'll pick one up. I haven't read it in a long time. We'll see if it's any good. First Defense. This is a tie-in to White Widow, loose sleeve through the villain. Oh, hey, Angela. Oh, have fun at game night. So First Defense, I'm going to probably get that. I've got the first 2 issues around here somewhere. Absolute does some pretty interesting stuff. They have potential. They just don't get their books out on time. Grimm Fairy Tales. I'm sure it's fine. I'm just not reading that one because their fantasy stuff is fine. It's just not really something for me. I like the more modern era fantasy stuff. They do like Robin Hood, and Belle's been really solid. And Mystery. Heavy. The cover looks okay, but not really interested. Holler. No thanks. What is this art? What is this? Really? That's supposed to sell me on this book? Kid looks nightmarish. I think Our Son is Gay, the graphic novel that I don't care about. Oh, Not to Summon Demon Lord. I don't know. It seems like you did it right. Incredible Doom. Cool title. Don't know anything about it, and I'm not spending $20 to find out. Some King in Black crap. Maniac in New York, I'm going to pick that up. That's been a really fun series. I think that's wrapping up soon. And it's probably going to go back to a flashback here in this issue. It should be pretty interesting. Knights of the Golden Sun, I read a couple issues of that. It was pretty good. But since they released new issues, I haven't really caught up with it. King of Fighters, this is supposed to be good for the Street Fighter type fans. But fighting comics, it's hard to make a video game fighter look cool in comics and not run into a boring problem. Oh, hey, gamer. Oh, well, good luck. Have fun. And thanks for listening. Stay safe out there. There's a lot of crazy people on the road. Maria Lovett's Euro Psych. You catch your title. I don't really care, though. It's a Blaze, so it's probably fine. The Mask of Fudo. That's a catchy title, but it's $25. Nathan Sharansky, freedom fighter for Soviet Jews. That's a very specific niche, guys. Very specific. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. Paranormal Hitman, cooler title than book. Penultimate Man. Nope, not that interesting. Pokemon Sun and Moon, if you're a Pokemon fan, you'll probably like that. Project Patron. What are you doing, cat? Better not be peeing over there. The Recount of, Orange Man Bad. Resistance Uprising, Red issue 1. It was basically just Orange Man Bad with superheroes. Savage was garbage. Scout's Honor. That one looks like a kind of a Lord of the Flies kind of book. Silver City. It seems okay, but I'm not picking it up. Splatoon. That would give me nightmares. Steak. Garbage. sort of Cerberus in Hell. Could be fun, but I don't have $20 for that trade. The Orphan King Premier Edition. Wave Blue is generally late getting to my store, if at all. Otherwise, since it's Premier Edition, it's probably just an excerpt from a trade paperback. So probably not going to get that. Wonder Cat, it's cutesy fun, I'm sure. Tropical Fish, not interested. Seems like romance title. Probably fine. Hey, Cirque, how you doing? Archie, it's Archie. World's End Harem, I don't care. Yokai Watch, I'd probably read this because it is Yokai Watch and Jibanyan is awesome. He's going to get that truck one of these days. Yorick and Bones, no. You Promised Me Darkness, no. And Una and Haunted Hot Springs, I'm sure it's fine for what it is, but again, I'm just not into the anime. But it's got good cover art. So from the other titles, I'm getting First Defense, Maniac of New York, and Femme Force. And that's pretty much all the new books. It's slim pickings again. So I got what? 10 books. 10 books. That's down significantly from what I was doing. So next week's probably going to be a fairly large week, or it's going to be more disappointing garbage. I have been buying less books, so once I get a little free time and nobody in my family is trying to die, I'll probably have a bunch of videos dropping. I just haven't had time to edit anything, unfortunately, with trying to help Dad out and Mom being in the state she's in. So, unfortunately, videos have been really slow coming. I've got a bunch of stuff recorded, just haven't had a chance to edit anything and put images together, that sort of thing. So, once things get rolling and I get a little caught up, I'll probably be doing more back issue stuff from like the 70s through the 90s. But let's get into some news. And let's start with the one everybody's talking about. Me and Monkey kind of touched on it earlier. And that is our new Captain America character. So this is Joe Gomez. He does sort of what Damage Inc. used to do, Damage Control. They used to go around and clean up after superhero battles. And that's kind of what he does. And now he's been inspired by Captain America to dress in colonizer clothing. He's part of the Kickapoo tribe, which the Kickapoos, in case you didn't know, instead of surrendering to the U.S. government, they fled to Mexico. And they said, F this noise, we're not surrendering. And they went to Mexico. A bunch of them did come back and get put on reservations. But this is kind of insulting to them, historically speaking, that they would be wearing the iconography of the people they refused to surrender to. And from the sound of it, they were kind of tough. So this is what it covers for the book. See, it looks a lot better here, but first of all, I would not have these on here just design-wise. That doesn't look good. This image actually looks way better than the other one because this actually looks more like Steve's outfit here and a little less culturally appropriating than this one does. And yeah, these Monkey's right. These claw hands are freakish. Oh, thanks, FTW. Appreciate it. This outfit version here that this garbage artist did with these freakish talon hands, this looks like something you'd see on like Daily Stormer. This is insulting. And it's so weird. There's so many disrespectful ways you can look at this. And people seem fine with it because the artist and the other creator, the writer, are both American Indians. So because they're native, one of them's an indigenous, I think, from Canada. Because they say First Nation or something like that. And that's usually a term you hear in Canada. captive Native American. Oh, who was it? Said somebody said on Twitter, is our arch enemy, the sentient blanket, and that was really inappropriate but hilarious at the same time. So, yeah, I don't know. This just seems disrespectful. Can we just have a superhero that's an Indian that doesn't dress like he just came off of an 1840s uh, battlefield or powwow? Because formal outfits like that didn't seem to be stuff they were actually wore into fights. It seems a little dishonorable. Like that was for ceremonial stuff. I thought. Yeah, I didn't think he was dressed as a Kickapoo either, Oki. But neither of the creators are Kickapoo. One's Apache, and the other one's some First Nation indigenous. Yeah, a Howling Commando, that'd have been cool, because the Howling Commando's badass. And they do this with a lot of Indian characters, and they're trying so hard to be culturally sensitive, it ends up coming off like a bad stereotype. If they wanted to, they should have made this into a shirt instead of like the strips here, so that it could be more like a scale mail kind of thing. Like this part looks okay, but this should be all like that's a tactical blunder in hand to hand. They're going to grab the shit out of that. Yeah, battle dress. I mean, is it that hard to Google this stuff? I would have thought that a lot of this would be easy to find out. You could have at least contacted the reservation and asked for some images or something. I'm sure they're online, but this just doesn't look good. That first picture we looked at, that actually looks a lot better. But again, these things are going to get you killed in a fight. So, also, the headdress is a bit much. A headband would be fine, but this really just, unless those are knives, I think that's probably a technical disadvantage as well, because somebody could pull that down into your face. But this is drawn a lot better, and his shirt looks better here, because the gauntlets look really cool, actually. But yeah, I don't like the shoulder pads. Just aesthetically, it doesn't seem like something you'd wear in combat. It looks very ceremonial. And what would have been even better is if they had made him his own character instead of a Captain America knockoff, and then he could be a new independent character that is inspired by Captain America, has the same ideals of equality and Americanism and all that, and they team up that way. And then this guy could maybe get a spin-off book where he doesn't look like a walking racial stereotype. They did that with other characters in the past. American Eagle, they had to change his costume. Apache Chief, they changed his name, which I didn't know they actually did that. I think Evolved or somebody told me in chat earlier. Well, yeah, Dark. If he fought naked, I'd be way impressed. But if he had some like cool tattoos and stuff like or face paint, the Mohawk used to do that to scare people. Of course, they were also cannibals, I think. So, yeah, I just think this is very insensitive and pretty insulting. They're trying so hard to pander. Oh my God, really? Thundar wants his boots back. And the moccasins is a bit much. This enlarged image is just hideous. That's caricature arc. Like, is he gonna hand out cigars too? Yeah, I think that the American Indian tribes have always been screwed over for comic characters because they always look like stereotypes, and it's really not cool. Like, do you want to see like a Chinese superhero wearing a paddy outfit? No, because they don't all work out in the rice paddies. So get your shit together, Marvel. Yeah, you don't like it either? Oh my gosh, Kitty Cat doesn't like it either. Yeah, I thought it looked like a dance outfit too, but I don't know enough about some of the. Oh, it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm really rusty on my Indian lore, and I only know a little bit about a handful of tribes because there's so many, and some of them would be pretty insulted by this, I think. So, especially the Kickapoos. But this has been really controversial. A lot of people are looking the other way because the creatives are Indians themselves, and I'm going to keep saying Indian. I'm sorry, I've been saying it for 40 years. Yeah, it's just shameless and lazy. They could have modernized the costume, made it look really cool, and then have finally an Indian character that doesn't look like a fucking stereotype. Because they don't have all the black people dressed like Zulus or something disgustingly racist like that. Why is this acceptable every single time? You can have the general layout, like the art layout would be fine. That actually lends itself really well to costumes. So why not keep the motif of the art and apply it? But nope. Hey, Mr. Scott. Slowly, everybody's going to get a wrench that behaves themselves. Looks like a Las Vegas wedding extra. Yeah, it's a bit flamboyant. Oh well, thank you, Hate Camel. I'm glad somebody does. Yeah. Oh, okay. I shot them a gif of that guy crying. Oh man, that yeah. This is just it's insensitive. Just take the traditional outfit and convert it into a modern superhero costume. Like I said, the this kind of like with the star and what they've done here, these things look really good. The patterns look really good on a costume. So you could convert that into a spandex style costume pretty easily. And even the color scheme of the red, white, and blue, you could keep that. But going overboard with the iconography on the traditional outfit, it's just a bit much. Yeah, they just dive right into stereotypes. And it comes off looking like the village people designed it, you know? And you dial it back about 6 or 7 notches, guys. Like, fine, Joe Gomez, pretty normal sounding superhero name. Fine, he's like a construction worker by day. That's cool. That's actually a pretty good career path for a superhero because he gets to work with heavy equipment, would have good knowledge of how to operate heavy machinery. And then he decides to go adventuring as a vigilante at night. Cool, I'm down with that. But the costume, God, guys, have some fucking consideration. Who ran this by the editor and was like, "Oh yeah, this will totally work. We're doing this." Yeah, modern and traditional. It's easy to blend that, especially if you're using the iconography. A lot of the Western art stuff is really cool looking. It would lend itself well, but they don't want to go with that. Apparently, it's freaking lazy. I'm telling you, there's some secret Daily Stormer employee over there. Village people, if they were gayer. Yeah. So yeah, this really kind of pissed me off because I like a lot of the Indian characters they come up with. Like Warpath is cool, and I liked Apache Chief as a kid because the growing powers were always cool when you're a little kid because everybody wants to be an adult. And but his costume too, it looked like Tano. Like just give him a normal superhero costume. If you got to play up his heritage, at least make it into a superhero costume so it doesn't look like a joke. Yeah, I agree, Oki. So yeah, hopefully they'll redefine this. I think their heart's in the right place, but they could be doing much better with it. Instead of Captain America themed costumes, they should have just made new characters that were inspired by Captain America that team up with him on his quest to find the shield. But I think Marvel is so creatively bankrupt, they had to do that. They had to do it this way. Yeah, Wokahanis. Nice. I'm stealing that, monkey. So yeah, I'm disgusted by this on so many levels. It's just so disappointing. It's so lazy. Like, this is the Captain America you'd see at some shitty casino or tourist trap. That even last year, if they had done this, it'd have been torn apart by the wokus. Instead, they're all like, "Oh, it's so stunning and brave." No, you're just a bunch of closet racists. All right, from racist to boring stacks of wood. There's Brie Larson. Now, this article I'm not as familiar with. This is a new rumor that dropped. And of course, we're still bounding into comics because they're a reliable news source majority of the time, and I do like them. So be sure to check them out. John Trent, the editor, he wrote this article. He also does a YouTube channel on comic news, which is pretty solid stuff. They don't have nearly enough subscribers. It goes in on the hair in the back. So he's wearing a backwards headband. That's just lazy. Oh, Streamlabs. 1 second. Oh, thank you, Mr. Scott. My favorite Aussie superhero is Stunt Cock. If you can't perform, just call 1-800-BIG-PETE. Well, Stunt Cock does sound kind of badass. So, thank you, Mr. Scott. Did they at least use Elizabeth Warren? It's that same kind of mentality. Make you grow it. Ryan, I'm not reading that. That's funny, though. New rumor explains why Marvel Studios changed the title of Captain America, or Captain Marvel, to the Marvels. Because they're out of ideas. She even has resting bitch face in that photo. A new rumor claims to explain why Marvel Studios decided to change the name of Captain Marvel 2 to the Marvels. Now, apparently, what little I know about this is that they're trying to make you watch the Miss Marvel Disney Plus show before this movie comes out. Apparently, it's going to be mandatory. Marvel Studios and the company's head, Kevin Feige, previously called the film Captain Marvel 2. During the presentation, Feige stated the fact about Miss Marvel is that her idol is Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel 2 is currently in the works. And today I'm excited to announce Miss Marvel, played by Iman, will be joining Brie Larson and co-starring in Captain Marvel 2, along with a grown-up Monica Rambeau, played by Tiona Paris, who you'll have already met in upcoming WandaVision. He concluded, so by now you should get a sense of the interconnectedness that infuses all our storytelling. Yeah. Alongside his comments, he shared a graphic reading, "Don't care." However, Marvel Studios would ditch the name in a newly released YouTube video titled Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies. That's their little teaser thing. As seen, the film is no longer titled Captain Marvel 2, but is now The Marvels and will debut November 11th of 2022. Marvel's not released an official reason as to why the name was changed. However, a rumor from that guy at Giant Freaking Robot claims it has to do with Brie Larson. As that guy explained, according to our source, Brie Larson saw Captain Marvel 2 turn into the Marvels because the powers that be at Marvel did not feel that she delivered in the first one on her own. No, she looked like a robot. Even Floofington hated it, and he hates everything. Yeah, Viking. They crapped all over Captain Marvel, so in the block of wood here couldn't save the day. So it looks like they didn't think that she could carry another movie, and they probably realized that a lot of people that saw the first one probably aren't going to see the second one because of her inability to look interested in anything other than destroying the evils of the male gaze. Now that Kat's decided to get revenge, he's going to go poop. That guy would also claim that his source informed him that the film will also feature Blue Marvel, also known as Adam Brashear. That could be interesting. Blue Marvel's a cool character. Blue Marvel's a relatively new character. He first appeared in Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel in 2008. As detailed in his first appearance, Bashir was a hero of the Korean War. He served in the Marine Corps, earned 2 Silver Stars. He graduated magna cum laude from Cornell in 1954 and has a PhD in theoretical physics. He also was a fullback who racked up 5 touchdowns against Harvard in 1953 in a single game, no doubt. However, despite his heroics and loyalty, the president would ask him to cease his super activities and rewarded him with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He's a black character, but the costume is really well designed. Not in this picture, but you get kind of the idea. Yeah, you pooped. Good job. He honored the president's wishes and became a physics teacher. He was recruited back into superhero duties by Tony Stark after the return of Ant-Man, who he had previously defeated in the 60s. Or the 50s or whatever. Blue Marvel has incredible strength. He's able to lift a meteor size of Arkansas as well as the aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise. Not only does he have incredible strength, he has antimatter manipulation. So he also has concussion beams, force bolts, and optic blast. He was sort of an early attempt in the last 20 years to get a Superman type character. And he was an interesting character. He could have been a lot more popular, but they had garbage artists on it. Look at that trash art. And he's been floating around the Marvel Universe since. They tried this with the Sentry, and it didn't work out then because that character was stupid too. But this guy is actually pretty interesting and has a lot of potential. And Monica Rambeau will play some role in the Marvels, considering her history with Carol Danvers. And it was sort of alluded to that she's Photon now. And one of the theories going around... sorry, this one's not over. The first Captain Marvel grossed $1.1 billion, with about half that domestic. And sandwiched in between those movies. So yeah, this theory is that they don't think she can carry her own movie again. The other theory is that they're going to depower her because Brie Larson may be going over to Star Wars because she hasn't murdered enough franchises. So it looks like that may be where they're going with this, is they're going to depower her. And that would actually be an interesting way of working in some of the mutants, because Rogue could go in and zap her strength and Photon has to pick up the slack. Why they're putting Miss Marvel in, I don't know. They just can't get away from trying to make that character happen. But yeah, it's not looking like old Brie here is going to be the central character. Which, yeah, I've seen Brie Larson act better in other movies. She just didn't seem like she wanted to be there at all during Captain Marvel. Yeah, Infinity War carried that movie. Hey, Shio. Batman Fortnite crossovers. I've got the first 2 issues. Issue 3 is going to have Snake Eyes. So I'm going to read them. But I don't know. I don't know anything about Fortnite. So I haven't exactly moved them to the top of the stack or anything. Where'd the cat go? That always makes me nervous when he wanders off. Probably get pee on something. All right, then we get into the next article. Red Sonja cast. So they've finally got a Red Sonja. And it's Hannah John Kamen, something. I don't know who that is. She played Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Meow. Yeah, you liked Ant-Man, didn't you? He tried to attack the screen. And as you can tell, she's neither redhead or particularly busty. So Joey Soloway is directing and co-plotting the movie. This movie is probably going to be trash. But notice, again, redhead replaced with a minority. So, yeah, get used to that. So, I'm guessing the chainmail bikini is also going to go away. I have a theory as to why they're replacing redheads, which I will explain in another video. Who's the cancer patient? Oh, no, she's got hair. It's just a really bad photo. She played that ghost character in the Ant-Man and Wasp. And she was on that Brave New World show. So she's getting cast as Red Sonja. The rumor going around is this is going to be a super woke movie, and they want to do a different path with Red Sonja. She's a very talented actress who we've been following for years, and she is Red Sonja, except for the giant boobs, the red hair, and the chainmail bikini, and she don't look anything like her. So yeah, I don't really see the connection there. So yeah, so that happened, but that's not the only way they're going to destroy fun, because we've got Black Superman coming. That's right, the Ta-Nehisi Coates movie you were all waiting for with bated breath. They are going to officially inform us here in this article that Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing Superman, and what they're doing is also getting a black director and a black lead. And unlike speculation had previously stated, this is not the alternate universe Superman. This is Kal-El. Have fun, Monkey. Thanks for dropping by. She looks way too skinny. Yeah, she does. Redheads are a minority, even among people with souls. The other soulless people are like, oh, gingers, oh, run. They're witches. Behind the Warner Brothers search for a black Superman, this is Kal-El. They are doing a black Superman story. Michael B. Jordan was asked about this because a lot of people want him to do it. He's not going to do it, he said. I'm not reading that, Dr. Functional. Yeah, J.J. Abrams was originally kind of teased as being attached to it, but because they didn't want to look racist. I mean, having a white guy tell a black guy what to do. No, they're looking for a black director. So yeah, right here. A source adding that putting Abrams at the helm would be tone deaf. I think this whole thing is tone deaf. You know, fitting twist of director searching. Director search is pitting DC against none other than Marvel. Oh, I think there's more than 5 black directors out there, guys. Yeah, one of the people they're looking at directed Creed 2. A lot of the movies they reference here are crap or just boring. One Night in Miami, I don't care. Coates isn't expected to deliver his Superman script until mid-December. So we have plenty of time for him to insert a scene where Superman fights some cops or lectures them. Would Black Batman be able to go out at night without Robin? Wow, Shio. Wow. Jor-El went out for cigarettes. He blew up a whole planet to avoid his kid. Why does the color matter? Because these people are passively racist. In old Hollywood, they had a rule that black actors weren't allowed to be on the set with white actors at the same time, except in very minor roles. So there was very limited screen time. So if they did a musical number, because vaudeville style was the thing for a while, where randomly there would be a singing scene in a movie, the black musicians wouldn't be able to be on the screen with the white actors. And this is what this sounds like. This is some weird segregationist nonsense. And it comes off as like some apartheid racism kind of stuff. I don't know what they're thinking. So yeah, they're probably going to get an unknown actor. But from what the rumor mill has been saying online is that this is the path going forward for the Superman for the DC cinematic universe. Is the Flash movie is going to retcon away the original Justice League movie, and they're trying to make Matt Reeves, the Batman with Robert Pattinson is going to be the official DCU Batman, and they're going to make Black Superman the official Superman. The Superman film appears to be going forward on its own track and won't be part of the universe as of now. Well, that's not what rumors are saying online, but with this stuff, you never know. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that Coates is crafting a Kal-El in the vein of the original Superman comics and will have the protagonist hail from Krypton and come to Earth. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of racist stuff going on here, I think. While that story is currently being crafted and many details could change, one option under consideration is the film to be a 20th century period piece. Stop attacking me, Kitty. Kitty doesn't like this topic. Diversity and representation remain key drivers of the DC universe moving forward. Warner is developing a Latino Blue Beetle movie with Angel Manuel Soto directed to direct. And HBO Max is casting a gay Green Lantern character for an upcoming series. That's going to be Alan Scott, by the way. The Arrowverse is about to get its second black female superhero series with Naomi, which, lazy character. That's one that Bendis created. It's just lazy. Just as Black Lightning is wrapping up its final season. So yeah, this is going to be a disaster shit show, and I think it's going to confuse a lot of people. So I don't know what they're thinking here, but this is dumb. All right, I'm kind of skimming through some of these. Sorry, they're just making me angry lately. I don't know, Evolved. But yeah, I think that they're going to end up just kind of making people mad, and they're just not going to go to it. And then they're going to call everybody racist. It'll be Ghostbusters 2016, where, oh, you're just a bunch of bigots because you don't like our stupid pandering nonsense. Which I'm expecting that from Marvel any day now. So they released the schedule for every Star Wars movie and Disney Plus project in 2021 and beyond. I am looking forward to the Boba Fett one. So hopefully my buddy keeps his Disney Plus account so I can go over and watch it. Oh, it absolutely is, Viking. It's on the nose with everything. It's so caring that it's racist. It's shameless, like saying you don't sweat much for a fat chick. It's just rude. All right, so let's see here. This is the stuff we've got coming up here. We got the Bad Batch on May 4th. There is an attempt to un-whitewash this because they think there's too much white influence. I saw an article about it, but it pissed me off too much to be brought over. And I don't really want to be any angrier than I already am at life. Yeah, well, it's movies and TV shows, Dr. Functional. So this will be on Disney Plus very shortly. 2 days ago, apparently. So it shows how much I paid attention. 5 members of the Bad Batch were introduced in a 4-episode arc during the concluding season of the Clone Wars, which I never saw the last several seasons of Clone Wars. I think I only saw the first one. Just, I didn't like the art style. And returns to Bradley Baker, who worked on Clone Wars and Rebels, returns to voice all the clones in the series, including Captain Rex. Well, D. Bradley Baker there better be getting a fat paycheck for that, because that's a lot of work. Other familiar characters such as Fennec Shand and the Dark Troopers from The Mandalorian, Saw Gerrera, Admiral Will Huff Tarkin, and Emperor Palpatine will make appearances. Other prominent characters relevant to the Imperial era, such as Darth Vader and or Ashoka Tano, will likely make a surprise appearance at some point. I'm not reading the spoiler. Book of Boba Fett. I am looking forward to this because it's got Ming-Na Wen, which she did not break out into any Mulan songs, which was really disappointing. But I do like Boba Fett, and I was glad to see him in The Mandalorian. That's coming out in December. After receiving some long overdue moments of the spotlight and a fresh coat of paint during the second season of The Mandalorian, the iconic bounty hunter Boba Fett will headline his own series on this Christmas. Last time we saw him, he stormed Jabba's former palace on Tatooine with Fennec and executed Bib Fortuna. Oh, spoiler. Reclaiming a seat on Jabba's throne, the series will likely follow the events of Boba taking over and operating Jabba's criminal empire. This has the potential to be really interesting, but we shall see. Visions 2021. Lucasfilm is entering the realm of anime with a new 10-part series called Star Wars Visions, which is said to offer a fresh and diverse cultural perspective on a galaxy far, far away, which means it'll be lazy writing and set your standards super low. Maybe, Pete, maybe. You didn't think it was too bad? All right, cool. Yeah, I figured the Bad Batch would be good. This one looks like the weakest one. And whenever you say cultural perspective and diverse, you've lost me. So I don't know where they're going with that. Andor, I saw the trailer for this the other day. It could be good, but it's probably going to be garbage. Well, I'm willing to give it a shot, though. Set during the early years of the rebellion, the upcoming Rogue One prequel series will see Diego Luna reprise his role as the rebel spy Cassian Andor. Described as a tense, nail-biting thriller, the 12-episode series will be released next year. Beyond that, the story details are being kept under wraps. As for K2SO, Andor's reprogrammed Imperial droid partner with a sassy attitude, played by Alan Tudyk, the pilot guy from Firefly, confirmed that his character will not be making an appearance, at least in the first season. I don't really care about that. But yeah, that could be interesting. Oh, Mon Mothma's going to be in it. So that could be good. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I saw what I think is a trailer for this, and I hope I was wrong and it was some fan put together nonsense because it looked like trash. After years of tantalizing discussion, Ewan McGregor will finally return as Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi sometime next year, 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. The 6-episode limited series will explore Obi-Wan's time in exile on Tatooine, which will be revealed as more eventful than most fans assumed. Kathleen Kennedy announced that Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader, who will battle his old master in the rematch of the century. That sounds dumb. The cast will include a bunch of people I don't care about or know who they are. Obi-Wan is being produced by Kathleen Kennedy. The series will fill in some blanks of what happened to Obi-Wan and Darth Vader between their scorching battle on Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith and the final confrontation in A New Hope. I have some thoughts on this because Vader had said that when he first felt Obi-Wan on the Death Star that he had not felt that presence in a very long time. What, 10 years? Come on. That's not a very long time to these people. So it's probably going to be trash. Kathleen Kennedy's got her crappy fingers in it. Mandalorian Season 3, undated. Well, the Book of Boba Fett picks up where the second season finale left off. The story of Din Djarin is far from over. After spoilers, is he going to join the mission to regain Mandalore? That's really what this season's probably going to be about. And I think they're delaying this until they find out if they could have to do massive rewrites because of not having Gina Carano. The interesting rumor going around I saw on Doomcock's channel is that Kathleen Kennedy has a lot of vacation time stored up, and if they don't renew her contract, they can just be like, "You're on vacation. Don't come back." So if that's true, that explains why the Twitter and other social media went down for Star Wars, and now they're back to being very neutral about things. Rogue Squadron, December 22nd, 2023. That's a long way off. Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins will helm the next Star Wars film. loosely based on the X-Wing novel series. Oh, weren't those legends? Weren't those excised from the memory? New generation of X-Wing pilots trying to earn their wings. This could be good if she doesn't write the script. If she writes the script, it's going to be trash. She wrote Wonder Woman 1984, it was trash. She did not write the first Wonder Woman. So if she's just directing someone else's stuff, that could be really good, and they could probably tie in some interesting characters. So that has potential. I'm not willing to write it off just because Patty Jenkins is a big feminist. That's what I thought evolved, but they can't stop themselves. I'm wondering if Obi-Wan won't get pushed back and they're going to change the script. Ahsoka, I actually liked Rosario Dawson in this part. I thought she looked the part really well, and the makeup was really well done. And she's a solid actress. So she a character from Clone Wars. If you didn't know that, you guys probably all knew that before I did. Yeah, they don't have a lot of plot for this one, but supposedly it's going to tie into like alternate worlds and multiverse type stuff. And one of the theories going around is that they're going to try and get rid of the sequel trilogy through one of these shows by saying it was an alternate universe. A new climactic story event. Oh, I'm sure it'll be woke. But yeah, if Kathleen Kennedy's out, that one might actually be salvageable. Because they don't like Rosario Dawson. Remember, they wanted to cancel her too. So since that one's not on track anymore with a date, then we've got potential that it could be salvaged. Rangers of the New Republic. This sounded cool when I first heard about it. Third spinoff from The Mandalorian from Favreau and Filoni. This series will follow a group of New Republic soldiers traveling the galaxy. It was suggested that Cara Dune would star after Carson Teva offered her a place in the New Republic, but she got fired. It's still most likely that the X-Wing pilots that we saw previously will appear in this series. That could be really cool. Those guys were funny. It's supposed to fit into the same continuity as Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, so there could be a big tie-in event, like the Defenders. I think that could be interesting if they do a big crossover event. Well, she got short. She got osteoporosis, Dr. Functional. She's one of them old-timey Jedi. She's got back problems and needs more milk and shit. The Alkalite. This got a cool title. And it's a pretty cool image there. Taking place about a century before The Phantom Menace, this mystery thriller series will revolve around a female character who will uncover shadowy secrets in a time when dark side powers are brewing. The series is in development by Russian doll creator Leslie Headland and Lucasfilm story executive Rain Roberts. Series will take place during the final days of the High Republic, Strike One, which is the main era being explored in Lucasfilm's current slate of novels and comics. Okay, so that's going to be garbage. Lando, undated. Again, potential, but I'm not holding my hopes up. What do you want, Kitty? You want to say hi to everybody? Justin Simmons, the creator of Dear White People. There goes any chance it's going to be good. Take a crack at a series that revolves around the smuggler Lando Calrissian. While no details about the project have revealed, there are two actors who have portrayed Lando, Donald Glover, and of course, the legend Billy D. Williams. So it's unlikely that Glover would star. There's no one saying both actors can appear in different time periods. I would watch a Lando series if they would decide not to put a bunch of nonsense politics into it. Because I thought Glover did a good job playing Lando. It's just that movie had a poor storyline. A droid story. It's just announced from roving across the sand dunes of Tatooine to infiltrating Jabba's palace. R2-D2 and C-3PO have embarked on a lot of special adventures together. Special's a word. Guided by the iconic duo on a mission known only to them. The film, which is still in early development, will blend traditional Star Wars animation with visual effects from Lucasfilm. No cast or crews announced. So that's probably going to be a kids' movie. Untitled Tiki Watiki movie. He's going to be garbage. It'll be a sort of pseudo-comedy thing like Ragnarok. Rian Johnson trilogy is still rumored to be happening, which hopefully that's just a lie. Untitled Kevin Feige movie. There is stories going around that he's going to do this, but no details revealed. Untitled J.D. Dillard project. He's teaming up with Matt Owens from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That could be good. To develop a new Star Wars project. No information beyond that. And that is all the Star Wars updates. And now we'll get to the final story, which is probably the most interesting one because I was a little surprised by this. If you're a Doctor Who fan from the new series, you'll remember Noel Clarke. He played Mickey on the first couple seasons of the show where with David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston. Oh, they can ruin every legacy just a little more. Yeah, Louis, that would be a much more interesting thing to kind of condense chapters down into episodes. They have Disney Plus. It would be a much more interesting way of doing it, but they're lazy. Yeah, the Droids movie could be a lot of fun. I agree, Viking. But you never know with these clowns what they're going to do and how they're going to ruin everything. They hate fun. I swear, they live in a land of boring and crying. I can't talk. Boringness and crying. So Noel Clarke was accused of sexual harassment on the Doctor Who set, and BBC is shocked and will investigate. Shocked, I tell you. Well, it's probably kind of surprising because he's actually pretty well liked. Embattled British star Noel Clarke has been accused of misbehavior on the set of BBC's flagship show Doctor Who, which he hasn't been on in like 10 years. A program that helped turn him into a household name in the UK. He's a decent actor. Several sources came forward to allege they were sexually harassed or inappropriately touched by the actor on flagship show Doctor Who. This is The Guardian reporting this. Now, this article is, of course, from Variety, so they don't just go throwing this crap out. Oh, hey, old guy, how you doing, man? Yeah, this article was from today, I think. Yeah, May 7th. See, Clarke portrayed the vehicle technician character Mickey Smith on Doctor Who from 2005 to 2010. So that's even older than I thought. The Guardian published an explosive story on April 29th in which several women came forward and accused Clarke of inappropriate behavior, following which he lost his management and the BAFTA he was awarded a few weeks earlier. Now, these are allegations. I don't think he should have lost anything until it's been confirmed, an investigation was done, and taking the award away is really heavy-handed. I can understand somebody quitting, but taking his awards away, it seems a bit early. He has denied the charges, of course, and if he's innocent, they owe him an apology. The latest set of accusations against Clarke detail specific instances where he was allegedly out of line with a costume assistant, who claims the actor made inappropriate comments to her in a trailer in 2004. A runner and driver who claims Clarke touched her inappropriately and made sexually explicit and graphic remarks to her, and a runner who also claims Clarke sexually harassed her and another female coworker following a work event. Probably got drunk and hit on him. The Doctor Who actor who asked to remain anonymous claims they were also sexually harassed by Clarke, who allegedly made unwanted advances. When rejected, the actor claims he badmouthed her to members of the industry. That's kind of par for the course if you don't bang your way up, I think. The BBC is against all forms of inappropriate behavior, and we're shocked to hear of these allegations. A spokesperson told Variety. To be absolutely clear, Fluffington's bad. To be absolutely clear, we will investigate any specific allegations made by individuals to the BBC, and if anyone has been subjected or witnessed inappropriate behavior of any kind, we encourage them to raise it with us directly. Yeah, he hasn't been on the show in 11 years. You're right, Evolved. Oh, yeah, the accusation, he's just guilty, straight up. He's just a witch. I mean, he probably has like a mole that looked funny, and that's the devil's mark. So, they're going to have to dunk him in water now to see if he floats. They're just now coming out with this. That first lady's accusation is, 17 years old? That's not reliable. I'm sorry. Your memory from 17 years ago, not super reliable. You should have filed a complaint then. Louis, we're going to not talk about that guy. I don't know. I don't know about the sexual harassment statutes in the UK. We have a zero tolerance approach, and robust processes are in place which are regularly reviewed and updated to reflect best practice. That's lawyer talk, isn't it? To ensure any complaints or concerns are handled with the utmost seriousness and care. It has also emerged that Clarke's fellow Doctor Who actor John Barrowman is accused of exposing himself on set. A 2015 clip has emerged in which Clarke jokes about his co-star's behavior. I don't really care. John Barrowman's gay, so he's probably immune. But if he exposed himself on set, you're actors. You probably see lots of nudity and stuff, and actors are weirdos. Yeah, no, buddy, that's what always gets me is the accusations, like you said, don't show up until after the paychecks stop. So a costume designer and a couple runners, are those reliable sources? Did they file contemporaneous reports? Who did they talk to? Is there anyone to verify any of this? Because it sounds like a lot of sour grapes if you're doing it 17 years later. I mean, it's horrifying that was 17 years ago, but if it did happen to them, I feel sorry for them, but they should have said something at the time. The allegations against Clarke have exposed a festering wound in the UK film and production circles. Recently published open letter that lays bare sexual malpractices against women in the industry now has more than 1,200 signatures. Well, that's all the proof you need, isn't it? 800 people signed letter detailing plight of women and call for change in Noel Clarke fallout. This guy's getting railroaded, I think. Yeah. Let's take a look at this Guardian article if I can get the link to work. Now, he is denying these allegations, and innocent until proven guilty here in the States anyway. Over in the UK, he's probably getting thrown in chains or something. Yeah, so here's April 29th. They suspended his BAFTA award, which, the guy probably earned. He's a decent actor. But this sounds like some sour grapes or something. Yeah, maybe he made a pass at some women while drinking or out some casting event. Yeah, Jack Harkness was naked a couple times, and Barrowman seems like a real jokester. Like, he probably was screwing around, and somebody got offended. Look, as long as he's not dropping his dinker on someone's shoulder or something weird like that, if he whips it out, whatever. Grow up. People are such babies now. Let's see. Zero tolerance approach. Same thing we just read. Yeah, this is basically the same article. Unwanted touching or groping, sexually inappropriate behavior. You shouldn't be doing any of this, but taking and sharing sexually explicit photos and videos without consent. That's different. You shouldn't be doing that. He probably just showed it to some pictures to somebody. Bullying, that's just unprofessional. Between 2004 and 2019. Some of these are more recent. They should have filed reports or complaints at the time. And if you get fired, you can sue. And why would you want to work with somebody that's whipping their junk out and trying to touch your no-no bits anyway? That's true, BG. Well, yeah, I mean, no matter what he does, he looks guilty. So I don't know. Yeah, diversity at the forefront of my work and never had a complaint made against me. Uh, well, don't show people pictures of your dingles. So I don't know if this guy's guilty or not, but I always find it suspicious when there's like decade or more old claims that come out saying somebody did something that they shouldn't have. So it does look like somebody waited too long to make an accusation. So I don't know what's going on there, but that could be a big career killer for this guy, especially if he's innocent. That'd be a real shame. So hopefully they investigate in a reasonable way and find out the truth. But I think this guy's career is going to take a nosedive regardless of whether it's true or not. But again, this is like the Kavanaugh thing where you've got people with sketchy memories from 15 or more years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, and it just starts looking a little like they're made up or they're fishing for a payout or something like that. So I don't know what to think of it, but it doesn't look good. But that's everything I had for today, I think. I might do another stream in a day or two about the history of redhead replacement and what my theory is behind it. Otherwise, I got a minute for questions, and then we'll end the stream. So if you guys have any questions for me, just drop them in chat, and we'll go from there. I appreciate everybody coming out as always. It's always nice to see you guys, and I love doing these comic streams. They're a lot of fun. Floofington's still mad at me. So thanks for subscribing, you guys. Cannibal, Jaeger, Mystic, appreciate it. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I try and do these about 8 p.m. Eastern time on Fridays, sometimes a little later, like today I was running a little late, and then I kind of took an old man nap. So apologies for that one. And Floofington is very, very angry with me. I think he went and peed on something. I'll have to check later. So, yeah, pretty busy week in news and drama, but not a lot of comics coming out next week, which makes me sad. Oh, interesting factoid. Lucille Ball used hyena rinse just like the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II. Interesting. That's possible, BG. Hadn't thought of that. Thanks, nobody. Appreciate it. All right, well, see you. I'd have been here earlier, but had to shower. Yeah, that's always good. Cleanliness is important, hygiene and all. And yeah, I don't do words right. It's fine. Yeah, I said hyena, didn't I? Yeah, that worked. I'm smart. Yeah, I've been buying a lot more back issues lately. Quite frankly, there's some decent new stuff that from independent publishers that I've been picking up, and I've been buying a lot of other stuff. Like I said last week, I think I bought a big box full of Ultraverse stuff. I'm going to try and review that. Have I checked my Streamlabs? No, I haven't. Oh, sorry guys. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Got that one. Thank you, Cult of Krill. Good stream. Enjoyed it. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Sorry, it's hard to do all this. I have two screens going, and I can't bounce back and forth very well. I'm not real good at this. Eventually, I'm going to figure out how OBS works, and then upgrade the look a little bit, and have like the little things that pop up on screen. But until I get that sorted, I'm probably going to have to fumble through this. So just bear with me, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming out, Louis. Yeah, sorry I missed that, Cult. That's awesome of you. Thanks, man. Finally got a tentative ship date on Zach's Expendables. July? We gotta wait for July. That guy, man, he really needs to focus on one project at a time instead of trying to do like 5. Yeah, there's like 3 books I'm waiting on from him. I picked up Impossible Stars, The Expendables, and the other superhero one. They all looked pretty good. So I really just, with the Impossible Stars, I wanted the Nexus book, but there wasn't a tier for just that. So I figured I'd read his book too. It looked mildly interesting. So I'm waiting on that. I did get my Red Rooster. It came with a pack of cards. So I'm going to open those as a patron exclusive, I think. Because it fits more with the Roll for Sandy stuff. So I figured that'd be a nice bonus for the patrons. But yeah, there's I also picked up a couple of new action figures. I got a Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's pretty much what I'm doing, BG. I have no idea how most of the stuff works. Too many irons in the fire, exactly. Look, if he wants to do that, he's going to have to farm out responsibility and have an underling or two. He was making enough money, he could probably hire somebody part-time to handle some of this stuff instead of trying to do everything in-house on his own. I don't think that's very productive use of his time to do packaging and stuff like that. Just hire a couple of interns. My favorite manga gets new chapters and Jack does a stream. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, glad to hear it, Evolved. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, manga really is looking like the future for the comic industry because Western comics, aside from a couple of small indie publishers, most of them are just doing garbage trash. And Floofington does not approve, do you? Yeah, he is a very unhappy kitty with me right now. Creature from the Black Lagoon, first 3D movie I ever saw. Nice. Yeah, I like that movie. I have an affinity for it. The first 3D movie I remember seeing was called The Mask or something like that. And it was about this jewel-encrusted mask. And that one and Temple of the Four Kings or something like that. Temple of the Four Crowns. It was in 3D, and I've got a copy of it somewhere. I think that's in 3D as well. And of course, Friday the 13th Part 3 was in 3D because it needed that. But the old-timey the black and whites that did like the red and blue overlays, I have a weird affinity for those. I don't know why. But I loved getting the glasses so you could watch the movie. It was a big event. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Greatly appreciated. And thank you for the donations. That helps quite a bit. And I love talking comics. So hopefully we'll have some more articles next week and maybe better selection of books. So maybe it'll be a big week next week. But in the meantime, that'll do it for this one. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and hanging out with me and listening to me ramble. And like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we will see you next time. I will probably be on Monkey in the Morning later tonight. Until then, though, probably do a midweek stream or early stream before that. Oh, thanks, Viking. And then I'll see you next Friday. Have a good one, everybody.